The rain-swollen Rio Grande has made the situation even more treacherous for migrants trying to cross into Texas. Just over a week ago, federal authorities said 9 migrants drowned while trying to cross the river from Mexico into Eagle Pass. Despite the danger, many more migrants have shown they're willing to risk their lives to seek asylum in the United States. For Insight, we're joined by Border Report's Sandra Sanchez. Sandra, you went to Eagle Pass to cover this story, and you saw migrants trying to cross.
I did. It was harrowing to watch. I was there for several days, but on the first evening I was there, I saw a group of about 25 migrants that had been waiting for about 6 hours on the Mexican side of Piedras Negras. And as the sun began to set, Mexican officials converged upon them and issued them orders in Spanish that they could either fall back and face almost certain deportation, or they could enter the water. And that's exactly what they did.
Now, we know 9 migrants drowned and many more have had to be rescued. Are there any changes happening at the border to help save people who try to cross?
No, officials on the U.S. side, since the Texas National Guardsmen drowned in late April, are reluctant. They are warning troops do not enter the water. So what I saw was, at their own peril, migrants were holding arms with one another, entering the water with flimsy little yellow floaties on their arms, like children's flotation devices, and trying to hold on to one another. But the river is 5 feet above what it had been just a few weeks ago. And as soon as they enter, they just immediately start swirling downriver. It's so fast, my camera can't even hardly focus and capture it as they're coming past. And they break apart from one another. They get taken way downriver. Some end up on the U.S. side bloodied, and most are missing clothing when they come out because their clothes have literally been shred with this water. Keep in mind, in Mexico, they call this the Rio Bravo, meaning like a fierce dog. In the United States, we call it the Rio Grande, but what it is right now, it's certainly fierce.
The Del Rio sector that includes Eagle Pass was the busiest region for migrant encounters in July. Do we know what's behind that increase?
It's all driven by transnational criminal organizations. They decide who, when, how, where people cross. This area particularly is utilized by Cubans and Venezuelans trying to cross into the United States. Now, keep in mind, these are 2 countries the United States does not have repatriation agreements with. And so those migrants know that if they come, most likely, and to claim asylum despite Title 42 still being in existence, that they will be allowed to stay in the United States. They cannot be sent back to those countries. So that's what I witnessed with Mexican officials basically telling them, you either go for it now or you don't. Many of these migrants have no idea how deep, how dangerous the river is. One woman was holding on to the base of the concrete pylon of the International Bridge for about 20 minutes. Just watching her, she's screaming back in Spanish that she can't hold on, she can't make it. I heard children on the banks screaming as well. I can't say those were her children, but there were children in that group that had just swirled down the river. They had made it safely to the other side, and they were all screaming, "Ayuda, help, help." And U.S. officials were not entering the water.
Now, Eagle Pass is in Maverick County. You talked to the sheriff there. How is his department coping with the number of crossings in the county?
He says that they're overwhelmed. He wouldn't give the number of law enforcement agents that he has there because he says that's all fodder for these transnational criminal organizations to utilize but he says we're clearly outnumbered. Now, they received federal funding from Operation Stone Garden. They received 10 additional DPS troopers in the area through Operation Lone Star, the Texas state-funded immigration initiative. He says, however, it's just not enough. And not only are his officers just working constantly, he says morale is down, and it's very hard on them emotionally when they come across dead bodies of migrant children. Particularly, there was an uncle who tried to cross with 2 nephews, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. He tripped dropped the 3-year-old. The 3-year-old died. The 4-year-old also went under, but was airlifted to a hospital in San Antonio and did survive. He said when his officers came across that, it's just something that they can't get over.
Sandra Sanchez from Border Report, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You can see more of Sandra's reporting along with our stories from our team along the border online now. You can find it now at borderreport.com.
How long have you been without SNAP benefits?
For some Central Texas families, it's been months. We investigate the holdup that's keeping families from putting food on the table.